Okie dokie. I think I'm on. Howdy do, howdy do. Welcome, welcome. Come on in.
Shop the fall sale.
Sorry about that.
And transform your space.
One moment, please. There we go. I'm a few minutes. Well, I'm just 4 minutes early. So I got a snack. This is going to be a live video chat show where we do arts and craft for adults. And that's because we use sharp things like scissors and needles and heat guns and hot glue guns and dangerous electrical items. But we are also a chat show where we interact with the chat room all night long. And I'm out of breath because I had gotten up and gone to the kitchen real quick. So, all right, Michael. Thank you for coming in. Cooking dinner. Go ahead. What you having? Anything good? What are we going to have? So anyway, I was just over to Dusty's place, and we were over there talking, and so Michael was over there, and so anyway, that's where I met her. Michelle, is it Michelle? Anyway, so glad to see everybody. Hi, Sharon. Sharon's number one tonight. Yay, Sharon. Angie comes sliding in the second. So good to see everybody tonight. Teriyaki chicken over brown rice with steamed broccoli. I'm on my way over. I'll be 5 minutes. I love it. So anyway, I got some new things today. Joe went to Walmart, don't you know? And so I decided to save the little boxes that things came in so that I can put some things in it. But it's not going to be big enough for everything that I want to put in it. So anyway, I need something for my playing cards. I do have some playing cards over here that I've gotten in Happy Mail, and I wanted to put them in here. And I can clean up a few things off of my desk, I suppose. Just a few. I got some game cards to make some other cards. So that's better than nothing, because it was all flip-flopping over here. It was being knocked down and all over my desk, and I couldn't figure out what to do with it. That'll be good for now. So I'll put that over there, and I'll change the date. Today is October 17. So 16 and 17. So we will be ready to mark our date tonight when we get it done. When we get done. So got that out of the way. I'm working on this little project right now, and I have this thing, and it's one of those things you could put your book on, when you're laying around and when you're on the couch and you want something to hold your book up. But this little foam rubber thing right here is flimsy, and every time I put my iPad on here, it slides off. So I'm going to hot glue an attachment like this, and I'm going to angle it back like that, and that way okay, well, I'm just telling you what happened. Okay. No big deal. Thank you. So I'm going to use my new hot glue gun, which has an on and off.
Hey, all right.
Here comes Joe.
Hi, ladies.
So I am hot gluing it down.
Let me say hi to everybody.
Oh, there's a tip. I like that. It's a narrow tip thing, and that's exactly what I wanted to put on my hot glue gun.
Hello,
So
hello.
I'm fixing my thing, Joe.
Miss Kitty Jen is crafting with Beth
Kitty
and Joe.
Jen's here.
Thank you, Kitty. Yeah. Sharon Lumbar. Hello, hello. Hope you're feeling better and doing okay, honey. Angela Brown. She's not no clown. She's cool.
Cool and
I better
Yule.
stop right there. She's cool. All right.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, I hope
So,
you're getting feeling better, Angie. Yeah.
so anyway,
Just take your vitamins
I
and
got my thing
keep on going.
here, so that should work.
Michael. All right. Chicken over the chicken over brown rice. Oh, I was looking at
Teriyaki
brown
chicken,
rice.
Joe.
Huh?
Teriyaki.
Teriyaki chicken.
Yeah, that's what we like.
Beth don't know it because I went shopping today and I brought back some not teriyaki, but it's a similar teriyaki. It's in the can, and I've never really seen it before. Chicken chow mein and beef chow mein in a
Ooh.
can.
Okay. I think I used to buy that kind of stuff. Does it come with the crunch?
And
Two cans
yes,
together?
it comes with the crunchies on the top
Okay.
with
Okay.
noodles. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
we'll just have to try that
Hello.
out. So
Yeah.
anyway, I've hot glued this on.
Glad to see you all here tonight. Y'all be careful. We love you. Take care.
So I think this will work now when I use my iPad. I sit it on here when I'm in the bed so that I can watch y'all at all times. Now, the only thing here is I can't see, I might have to trim this down because I can't see the bottom line. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Jessie. Woohoo, Jessie's here. Can't forget Jessie. Who else did I miss? Did I say hi to Angie? I think I did. I hope I did. There's everybody there. Okay. So anyway, good. I like it. I like it a lot. So now I just have to uh, cut this off one more time. Got me some snacks. Had to have some snacks. So I'm going to cut it to here. And it will still hold my iPad. And I can still see the chat.
You see one like this?
Yes, it's in the box right there in the chair.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
Beth got some Christmas toys today.
I did. I got some Christmas things. So now I can see the chat now, and I can work. I can maybe work with that. So that I'm hoping that'll work. Keep it from slipping out. And if I have to, I could put a bead of glue right there. That's what I'll do. I'm going to put a bead of glue in the bottom of that. I used a paper towel roll, and I'm going to put a bead of glue right there, and it's going to be like a rubber stopper to keep it from sliding out of the tube. I'm just testing it out, and if it don't work, I'll have to try something else because I keep losing my iPad, and I'm going to break my iPad, and I don't want to do that. So this is good. I'm using a whole stick of glue already. So that'll work. That'll work. So there's my new hot glue gun. And look, I can turn it off because I'm done with it. So, okay. I'm going to put that over there for now. See what else is going on. Kellyanne. Kellyanne's here. Okay. So tonight I made a note. I put a note down so I wouldn't forget what I forgot to do the other night. I forgot to show you my Halloween book. I was going to do a flip through and I forgot, which is nothing terribly bad. After about 3 hours, I get a little bit tired sometimes. Hi, Michelle. So, this is a book that I did this, I think, in 2019. It was a black encyclopedia, and it's embossed on the front of it. So I put silver on it and rubbed on it, silver paint or something, and then I just rubbed on the black to 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 give this effect to the book. I've got a piece of ricky rack around the middle of the book to tie it shut, and I gutted the book out. I took out all of the pages in this book, so I had an empty spine, and I put these papers together in a Coptic style, and then I also put a piece of fabric on the edge of the paper and glued it down into the back of the book. And that's how I got my signature in the book. I didn't have to sew it in. I just glued it in because I used this fabric. And it's on this page right here. So these book pages were already in the front of the book, and I just added to them. And here's the original. It's a Compton's Pictured Encyclopedia, and it's a facts index. And I do believe I have one more of these around here if I want to do, make another book. But I like the size of the book, and I like the feel of this book. And so I did this back in 2019. We'll show you everything. But this is volume 2. It was the company in Chicago, the Compton and Company, Chicago. And then on the back side of this page, it says 1944 edition. So it's by the F.E. Compton and Company, Imperial and International, copyright secured, all rights reserved for all countries, translation into foreign languages, including the the Scandinavian specifically reserved, printed in the USA, and it has copyright issues of it all that dates back to 1922, and this is a 1944 edition. So every year they put new ones out, and then they would update the encyclopedia words and everything. So anyway, I'm turning it into Poe's Nevermore book, and I've got I'm going to spend quite a bit of time just talking to you about it because I really spent a lot of time on it and I love it. And I haven't seen it all for a while. So here we go. Sit back and enjoy. Now, it says here, there are things known and there are things unknown. And in between are the doors of perception. And that was a quote. That was an old quote, and I'm putting it in this envelope, and I stressed and decoupaged on this envelope and put it in as a tip in to store things in. And it's one of those golden envelopes that I cut off, and so it's got stickers. I had used the same fabric to glue down to tip it in with, and it goes in and out really really nice. And I tipped it in because I loved the background in the book because it was an encyclopedia. It had, it has figures and things, and I loved all that. I thought the color matched for sure. But anyway, I put throughout the book these quotes, and this one's from Walt Disney. We keep moving forward, opening new doors and doing new things because we're curious, and curiously keeps leading us down a new path. So that was a good quote. I found this was out of a magazine, and it was a Halloween page, and looks like it's a commercial. It's for a musical, but it's Beetlejuice, and it's striped. So it went in the pocket to keep, and it was a musical, the musical, Beetlejuice, 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 and it says get tickets at BeetlejuiceBroadway.com. And I'm sure this is probably something in New York, if I would have to guess. And then here is the backside of this page, and it looks like it might have been a Better Homes and Gardens, or People, maybe a People magazine of some sort of magazine. And it's funny to look at the things on the back. They're Halloween costumes. That's what it looked like. So anyway, this is going back into the envelope for storage, and then I have a card, and this was some of the uh, paperback items that I put all throughout this book, and so she's an angel, and she's got the steampunk hat and jewelry with a watch on her neck. She's got the crow, Nevermore, and she's on a bike riding through the garden. And there's a big clock in the background. So it fits the scene. And here's some more quotes that I had extra, and I inked the edges and stuffed them in here to use later. And this was probably done as a game. Um, when we do the Halloween games that I do with the Halloween prompts, and there's a ticket in here, and it's a tip in, another tip in, and it says it was a dark and stormy night when Beth and Colleen were on the hunt for some good Halloween candy. And so you can see the prompts. Uh, there's two girls, and they look normal up here on top, but then behind the screen they look like they're witches with the broom and the hat. There's a book of spells, um, a, a spider, and a tag with a crow on it. There's a graveyard with a skeleton, and just October 31st. There's a witch. I gotta find that punch. I haven't found it yet. But anyway, this was a fun page, and we did this together online, and it was in um October of 2019 that I did this page. So this was a napkin with some collage papers in the background. This is a picture. This is a photograph of a piece of art that Dee Dee Willingham did. She drew this, and then she made copies of it to give away to some of her fans. And she did this in 2019, and it was probably during Oktoberfest when she does October. Inktober is a time, I don't know who starts it up or who heads the program, but a lot of people in my group and the art and community are in the Oktoberfest, and they do some kind of ink drawing every day for the month of October. And this was one of Dee Dee's in 2019. And Colleen and I and Kathy Berg, Colleen Krebs and Kathy Berg and I, we were streaming a lot together that year, and I think we all three got copies of this, and of course it made it to my Poe book, and that's how my Poe book got named, and so that's how that come about, and so I'm very happy to have that. This is like a little belly band. I don't have it glued down in the paper. It's just tucked in here, and there's nothing on the back of it. So if I ever want to take it out and frame it, I could, you know. But it's sitting right here for right now, and I'm honored to have a piece of her work. Here's another belly band with some extra papers and Halloween papers put in. We've already seen that page, and this is the first page, I would say. And you can open the doors, and there's the crow, the bird, the raven, and so I have a book that has doors in the book, and all kinds of doors, lots of pages, and they're to be used in your artwork. They're double sided. They have pictures on both sides, so the doors are, mirrored image. And then you strategically cut the doors so that they open up like this. And then I put this picture of this raven in the back, in the doorway. So when you open up, that's what you see. And I've got all of these quotes from all over. They're all over in the book. There's a lot of them. Here's the next page, and it's got some things out of a gift catalog book. This was a picture of something that you could buy. It was for sale. And so anything that was Halloween related or crow related, these are birds, and they may not necessarily have to be a crow, but they were already black in color, so they got put into my collage. And all of these little papers and things, and these little uh, it, uh, trinkets and things in here have been gifts to me that people have given me stuff, and that's how I've accumulated. I got washi tape, all kinds of things. This is something that was also gifted to me. It was a tag, and it is by, is it Teresa? I think it's Teresa, but I don't know if it's my Teresa or not. But it could be. It's got Teresa on the back, and it's a tag that has a haunted house on it, and some stickers and all kinds of little things all over the tag, and it's really pretty. And I put a grommet into an eyelet into the page to hang the tag. So, and there's all kinds of papers and cutouts, and I could probably trim that off, or glue it back. And lots of goodies. This is embossed. I think that came from Colleen. And then I painted a pumpkin in there, and this is a piece of off of a paper somewhere. And then I put up some garland up there for the candy corn. More washi tape. This is a napkin that I had at one time, and I also had a bandana that had skeletons on it, and I cut one of the corners off. And this is a rose which came off of the bandana. And then I've got some punch things in the background, and then some Halloween words. So let me know if everybody doing okay. Hello, Joyce, Sherry. Hello, everybody coming in. We're looking through my Halloween book from 2019. Stepping back in time. Looking at a scrapbook. I painted this pumpkin. Then I did a Drew. It was a Drew Donna Barrymore painting book that I have, and it showed you how to make these leaves. And then somebody gave me a bee stamp, and I've stamped some bees in here. So that was fun. Another Halloween napkin. This was out of a shopping catalog, and these were decorations to put on your front door or on your doorstep by your front door. And then I've got other things in here. There's a spider and all kinds of fun things. It's a spectacular Halloween. Here's another set of doors. And let's see what's inside. I don't remember. Woo! Okay, I've got a story. Okay. This is a real tree out of my backyard, and there is an owl sitting in the tree, and the moon is coming up, shining. And Joe was outside, and he just happened to be there at the right time, and he took this picture. And for the longest time, it was on the front of his phone as his screensaver, and I printed it out and glued it into the door. So you're looking out your doorway, to see the full moon and the owl. So that has sentimental value. Then over here, I'm using some Happy Mail fabric. I printed out several things about Edgar Allan Poe and his poems that he had made. And this poem is 3 or 4 pages long, and it goes all the way to here, and through here, and then it shall be lifted nevermore. And that was his nevermore, nevermore. This was some Happy Mail. And then here it is too, the same story, and it's written real small on this paper, and you can actually read it if you got good eyes. And it's the same poem as before. Then I just used some washi tape, some fabric to decorate the pages, and it was a lot of fun. I got it on there. It went together. There's some more decorations, some collaging, a little bit of this and that, a pocket down here, and with a piece of paper in it. And it's ready for a secret message to be put in there. What it's ready for. And here he is again. And this was from one of his, I found it online. This is like a cartoon sketch. And here it is again. Well, I had this much of the picture and it printed out. And then I added the top of his head. I added the hair with the marker. And then I took his suit down and added a suit. And I had a book with some of these tuxedos in it. So that's how I collaged this page back together to make it a whole page. And all I originally had was this part of his face. That's mixed media art right there, because I used paint and I used magazines and I used printouts and other decorations. Here is actually it's a pumpkin in the background, but it kind of looks like a moon, doesn't it? But this was a doily in the back that somebody sent me for Happy Mail. And so I glued it down first, and I glued some netting on, some gauze on top of it. And then I placed the stickers on top of that. So that was a lot of fun. This is a cauldron down here, and it looks like it's been embossed, and it's got red liquid coming out of the cauldron. So that's fun. That's fun. Here's another one of his poems, A Dream Within a Dream. And here's a little tag that Colleen Krebs gave me this, and it's embossed. These are some more printouts. Another one of these tags from Colleen. Haunt you later. And some things I printed out on the computer. Now this here has a little story. I had this fabric, this black and white fabric, and of course uh, I the first thing I thought of was Beetlejuice because of the black and white stripe. So I ended up cutting and making it a tree in the background. And then I found this out of one of those gift catalogs, and this is a plastic thing that you lay it in the ground on the grass, and he looks like he's coming up from a grave. It's um, it's like a decoration. So I ripped it, but I stapled it back together. So the staples look really cool. The staples look really cool on this. I have found these crazy little glasses, and then I did the tree, and I did a a noose, a hanging noose out of the tree. I got the crow over here. There's a flying bat, and there's a black cat, and it was like a prompt page. And then I've got the misty night coming in, and he's climbing out of the ground saying, "Help me." And that's my spooky little page. There's a spider ribbon up here at the top. There's just fun things to look at. I mean, you go over it and you think you've seen everything, and then you see something else. There's a spider web. There's the full moon. So that was a lot of fun to make that. So here's another one. I have a book. I'm not sure if I still have the book because I think I used everything out of the book. But it was pictures of people, and it was their clothing, but it had their dog that they owned in the outfit. And it was a funny book, and it was cute and funny, and I had all these picture frames of dogs, but they were in their master's clothing. And then I found this from Nevermore. This is an Edgar Allan Poe lines. And here's another doggy, and this is Countess Eugene. Eugene is her name, is a person. And then it's got puppy on the wall, on there. But anyway, that's cute. That was fun. Here's another page, and I used some uh, netting on top of the picture, and a little piece of scrapbooking paper there. Here's another poem, and it was about two men, and they had a duel. And back in those days, they dueled. When they had a disagreement, they would have a duel. And that's what there was a poem about it. And then this here is a postcard that I made with a sunflower on top of it, and it says summer, and it is dipped in beeswax on top of it. It's got wax on top of this, and if you smell, you can smell the honey. You can smell honey on that. And that's one of the things that I've done in the past is I've done worked with beeswax, and it kind of goes along with my batiking. But underneath here, I've got some pictures and shadows around the music paper. And this was a technique where the if you put these all together, you would see a girl, and she would only be about 2 or 3 inches. But I cut her apart and placed her, I spreaded her out, but you still see some of the picture of her in between the music paper. It's an eyeball bender. We're over halfway through. Here is another napkin that I did. I found some more hot words, and then I painted this one day. It was pumpkins, and that is a pretty page right there. And I had my heat writing foil gun pen. I have a heat foil pen that I did that with foil. Here's a wedding page I thought was cute because I did the older couple and the young couple, and I just thought it was sweet because it could be their mom and dad or something, and they getting married, but they're going trick or treating. And here is another poem of Edgar's. It's called "The Bells," and as you can see, I decoupaged all kinds of things in here. There's a fence down here. I stamped uh, with an object with an orange ink or paint. There's a card up there. I've got some gauze or some netting glued down. I've got a popsicle stick and a skeleton there. And this was part of the poem called "The Bells." And just anything and everything I could find in my room on my desk went in on here. And it was just, trick or treat stuff on the outskirts of it. "The Telltale Heart." That's another famous poem of his. And here's some more scrap paper, some stickers. I did the foil pen again. This is a bat napkin and some cards. That one came from Colleen. And here are two ACT cards, and they're in a pocket to hold them. And this is from Deborah Adams. Deborah Adams, and she used to come in here, and she made two Halloween ACT cards, and sent them to me, and they fit into the book, so they were perfect for in the book. So that was fun. There's another pocket over here, and this is one of Colleen's embossed pictures. Lots of fun. Here is this is a headstone from 1909. I'm sorry, from 1809 to 1849. He was 40 years old when he died. And here's another one of those, the Raven poem, and I enlarged it. I've got another one in the front that's littler. It was little in the front. Now I thought was right here, and I've lost it. There it is. This is the same thing as this. I just enlarged it. Somebody sent me the black cats. Maybe Becca. Not sure. I can't remember. And I just glued decoupage around the poem again. Here's another one of his poems, "The City in the Sea." And then I used magazine pictures and uh, paper swatches and decorated the background. That looks like mulberry paper back there. And this one's for Annie, and this is one of his poems. "Oh, the eyes of my Annie." Just one of his poems. And here are some post-it notes that I had with trick-or-treat things on it. And here's another one of those doilies that was a pumpkin. And I just glued it down with a couple of leaves. And then this is a artist trading coin tag, and it was made by Colleen Krebs, and she made that, put all that together, and it made it into the book. There's my fence again. I have a punch, I think, that does the fence. And here is another bat cut out off of a box. And here's another ATC card, and it's one that I decorated with a napkin. And again, it's got beeswax on it. And you can smell the honey. And the cellophane bag, somebody gifted that to me, and I put a black cat on that. Here's one more page of Nevermore, the crow. And the back, I'm getting into the back pages here. This is just some more ephemera, paper ephemera from Edgar Allan Poe that I printed out online, or somebody sent it to me. And these are just some pictures out of a catalog of the magazines. And then there's the last page. And this is the original page of the dictionary, the Compton Encyclopedia. This is the original paper in the book from 1944. And that is my Edgar Allan Poe book. So with that, I can bundle it back up. And I took my time and showed it to you and talked about it. And I'm not going to be making another Halloween book this year because I've already made several things. I did this Halloween zine, and I've done some paintings and things. So it's not like I haven't done anything. I've been making things, but this will go back on the bookshelf, and it looks like I've got some cards. This was from Christine, and it's a Halloween card. Look at that. Isn't that cool? That would make a great beginning of a book. But I got some Halloween things in my storage here. This is a postcard that somebody sent me. Looks like a Halloween picture with the mushrooms and the kitty cat. There are some stickers in here. And then here is another envelope that it's for a tag, and somebody made it for me. And it's in the bucket over here. It was probably given to me last week. Thank you, guys. So anyway, these are going back over here. I think it's just some happy mail that I had out. And so that's what I had on my list to do. And the other thing I'm going to do is the skeleton on the napkin. Now I got to find the napkin. What did I do with that napkin? I've got another project I'm going to do with this. Here it is. So we're going to do the skeleton over here. And I'm going to cut him out of white paper. Then I'm going to do the background just like I did the other pages with the Frank and the mummy. I did their background first, and I'm going to do that again. But we're going to do this skeleton tonight. So I need a piece of white paper like this. And I'm going to draw with a pencil the skeleton things. And I'm going to make them kind of big just in case, because I'm going to be cutting them out. And trying to make a skull. And of course, he's going to have a smile, a stitched smile. And then he's got two eyes, and I might be able to do the eyes on the stickers. Let's look at the stickers. Let's see which ones we want. He's kind of looking up like those. So I guess I'll use these. I can cut the eyelashes off if we don't want the eyelashes. Uh, but those are the only ones that are looking up. So I think I'll just do that. I'll just use these. And I'll cut the eyelashes off, or I can leave them on, I guess. It doesn't really matter. I can leave them on, but they will fit on this skeleton. He's our skeleton. We can do whatever we want. And I'm going to be cutting him out. Okay, and then he has a bow tie, and I could get some ribbon to do that. And then the next thing he has is he's got a stick that goes down, and that's going to be his spine. And then from his spine, he's going to have ribs. One there. How many ribs does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got 6. So we got to have 6. So let's go out a little more here and here and here. Okay. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do one more. And then we'll do one more here. There's his ribs. And then he's going to have arms. And his arms are going to be, yep, his arms are going to be cut out. And his arms are going to be like this. And I can cut 2 of those out at the same time. It won't hurt a thing. And then the bone goes down to here, and then there's another joint. That's going to be his forearm, and then he's going to have another bone for uh his other arm, or his forearm, like that. And then he's got to have a hand. So his hand is going to be like this, and it's a palm. It kind of looks like a jelly bean or something, with his thumb there, and then his hands, and they're going to have 2 joints like that. Talking my way through it. And then a pinky. So that's going to be one hand, and I'll cut 2 of those out at the same time. Hi, Esther. Hi, everybody coming in. Going to go to dinner. Okay, we'll see you in a minute. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Brian. This is a napkin from the Dollar Tree. It is. Yes, Brian. Come on in. Yeah. Yeah. We've been using the Brian. We've been using the napkins, and we've already done the mummy, the werewolf, and Frank. And Brian has a YouTube video, and I'm already subscribed. I'm subscribed to you, Brian. So I'll get your, let me share your link for you. So you guys can subscribe to Subscribe to Brian. Show him some love. We got all kinds of people that like to watch videos in here. So, um, so anyway, that's the top of the thing, and then he's gonna have hips. So his hips are going to be like, I don't know. I'm just going to make him up. His hips are going to be like this, and then there's going to be his tailbone, and then he's going to have legs. Okay, here we go with the legs. I'm going to just invent a new bone here to hook the leg bone to it. He's got to have a leg bone, and it'll go down. He's going to have short legs, and then he's going to have a kneecap. Now I can cut two of these two, the legs, and then he's going to have one more shin bones. And then he's going to have feet, and his feet are going to be like this. Like that, and I'll do two legs, and then that's our skeleton. It's easier than I thought it was going to be. Hi, Dusty. Yeah, you guys, I was over to Dusty this afternoon, and she's doing a haunted house decoration that was really, really cute. Uh, she uh, she's crafty, and she has other crafters on her show. So you all should go over and subscribe to Dusty. And she's been a member of my room for quite a while, long time, guys. So she's been in my room. So okay, guys. Oh, Brian, we don't talk about political things, but but you can on your channel. If anybody wants to talk about political, you can talk to Brian. Go to Brian's channel. So anyway, that's going to be my skeleton, and I'm going to put him on some black paper before we get done, and then we're going to put him on top of the background page. So let me show you the other guys that I did from the napkin for Brian. Brian will want to see. So here's Frankie. We did Frank. He's and then I did the background, kind of what the background was on the napkin. So we did Frankie, and I can't see. There we go. So he turned out real good. I got a ghost over here. And then we did Jack, and his name is Wolfman Jack. Do you all know who Wolfman Jack is? Not everybody knows in my room because I've got some youngins in there. Wolfman Jack. So there he is from the napkin, and then I did the mummy, and I loved him too. Here's the mummy. He says, "Mum's the word." He says, "Boo." So that's those three guys. So here we are. We're going to turn the page, ready for old skeleton, old Mr. Bones. We're going to call him Mr. Bones. So I'm going to do my background page first, and I'm going to make it dark. So yes, it is, Brian. It sure is. And I had a grandmother, and her name was she was named Mum. We called her Mum, and we live here in the United States. So yes, he was, Marty. Very good. I remember him. He was a good guy. He was a good guy. So I'm just going to I'll use my fan brush and smear some of this out. I might just make it streaky. It might be an accident. I love accidents. I do. Get a little water and then I can really get it going here. So, yeah, he was a DJ, a disc jockey. That was back when we played records, record players. That was before cassettes, maybe 8 tracks. He might have been into the 8 tracks. Uh, but that was before CDs and cassettes, that's for sure. So it was a dark and spooky night. Oh my gosh, my microphone turned on. So it was picking up all the words I was saying. It still is. Turn it off. Turn off. There. I turned it off. It kept taking all my words. Yeah, he probably was. He was famous. And he looked like a werewolf or a wolf. He always wore black and had long hair. But he was a music guy. So I think what I'll do, trying to get all the white parts done. I got to have all the white parts covered. So let's try a little bit of black as well. Lisa's Lisa's coming out of the balcony to say, "I love Wolfman Jack." Yeah, he was a good guy. He was popular. He was. So I'm adding a little bit of black over here. And I'm just painting this background page, and I'm kind of playing at the same time. I'm enjoying it, so there's no sense in not enjoying what you're doing. So that's what we're doing. Adding a little bit of black in the background, and then I'm going to do a full moon. I'll do a full moon. So, anybody doing any kind of art this week? What you been doing? What you been wanting to do? What you got ready to do? You got anything on your table that you want to get into? I'm scrubbing it in. Did you watch any videos this week? Oh, you got a trash junk journal. Brian, I have a crafting, uh, a Beth's Crafty Mixed Media room. I have a group a group room for all of our art to be posted in. I don't promote selling in my Facebook group, but I do love to see pictures of your art. Absolutely, we want to see everybody's art in the. And then once a month, Brian, we do swaps, art swaps, and we this month we were swapping playing cards, and next month for November we are swapping anything orange. And you tell me how many names you want, I'll give you that many names, and you can send them your envelope, and only require one envelope, one stamp, just a few pieces of paper, inside to uh, make it nice, and then you mail them to your partners, and then they mail something back to you, and then you can use all your things to make a page for November. But that's what we're going to be doing for November. I will be gathering names at the end of October for that swap. So there's Janice. Hi, Janice. There's my Facebook group. It's a clean, honest group. It's closed so that nobody can get in to see our addresses and stuff, just us. And if you want to join the address file, you can leave a comment. It's under features at the top of the group. If you ask to join, you have to ask, and then I and answer the 3 questions so I know that you're not a robot. And then I'll let you in the group, and you can post all of your art things in the group and see what everybody else posts. Okay, Janice, thanks. We're going to do Mr. Bones tonight. We're going to do about Mr. Bones, and I've already drew him. I did the background, and I'm going to cut him out here in just a minute, and then I'm going to put a moon on here first, and then let that dry. Oh, you did. Okay, Brian. Well, join the group and put your in the comments at the top under the features. Go in there and then touch the address file. Go to the comments. Type in your name and your address and your birthday, just the day, and then you'll be on the birthday list. And then you can look at my name and mail me your playing cards, and I will mail you some playing cards back. I got a bunch. Hi, Candy. So I'm going to try this for my moon. And I have a funny feeling it's going to run. And I don't want it to run. It's not going to be that kind of a moon. So my theme with all of these critters, these guys that I've been painting, the theme is the same with the moon in the background and stuff. So that's going to be there. So that's good. I just have to let that dry. All right. So I'm going to let this dry. I do have a fan on that I will let that dry. Get the fan on it. And while that is drying, I'm going to cut Mr. Bones out. And I think I'm going to use my little scissors. And I'm also going to be using some brads. I'm going to be using brads. And I got to find, oh, I've got some white ones. Good. I wonder how many I got. I can paint them. So that's going to be good. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's all I need is 12. Okay. It's clear as mud in my brain, guys. It's clear as mud. Hi, Dana. Hi, honey. We're going to make a skeleton tonight, and I'm going to make him into a doll. So we're going to put them together. Do you want to come play, Dana? I'll send you a link if you want to come in and make a skeleton. You don't have to make them like a doll. You can just paint them on a piece of paper. It's the skeleton from the napkin. The new holiday now is THT, last 8 days. It's another holiday, not a new one. Okay, Candy. Yes, Dana, it's fun. I just started. I did my background. Okay. She's going to dinner. So, what I'm going to do is cut out my skeleton. I'm going to have to cut. I got to cut on the inside of his bones. This is going to be a little tricky, guys. But I'm pretty sure I can do it. Hopefully, I won't have to start over. I can do it while I'm, hopefully I can do it. That's what I'm saying. And the pencil marks are not going to show because I'll flip it over. I'll flip them over so that the pencils are on the back of them. He looks dreamy with them eyes. He looks a little dreamy. Okay. Going back down to the ribs. I gotta match the other side. Sorta. Sort of. we'll try. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to look good. And then I'm going to use uh, my little brads for the joints, and then I'm going to glue them down on some black paper, and I'll trim around him again, but his parts are going to move. His legs and arms are going to move. And I glue this down on a piece of black paper, and then I'll put that on our background. On background. So that's what we're going to do. So I've got to make 2 of these and 2 of these. So I'm just going to fold this over, and I can make 2 of these. I think I better put a paper clip on it so I don't slide. It won't do the electric slide. Oh, I got keys. I could put some keys. Could he have keys on his waist somewhere so he could have the keys to get in and out of the 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 crypts? There's some buildings on in cemeteries. There's the big buildings where they put people in the crypts. They're called crypts, and they're basically coffins that are on the, like a drawer in the building, the crypts, and and they're stored in there instead of dug down in the ground. Yeah, my grandparents are in the crypts. My grandmother did not want to be in the ground. She just hated the thought of that. So she didn't. She didn't have to be in the ground. She had strict orders that usually it's all marble. The floor, the walls, probably the ceiling too. Marble, made out of marble. And I know it's not a real foot, but it's it's just for fun. We're just doing it for fun. Just for fun. Get over here to the heel bone. And what I'll do is I'll get my hole puncher out. And this is going to go pretty fast after I get these cut out. I'll just poke some holes in these legs, and then let go of it, line it back up, and then I'll make the ones at the top of the leg move from the. It'll be interactive. Interactive. That's what it is. So let's take this one and see if I can finish it off real good. Like that. I did. So there's the legs, and I will flip them over and And he'll have legs like this. Very nice. Woohoo! I love it. Crips. Yeah. Yeah. That's right, Janice. It's the accent. Crips. Creps. Creps or Crips. Yeah. I didn't know how to spell it, but I can tell it's the first one. You know, if you're, this is what I want to know. I've been wondering this ever since the fourth grade. My teacher said, Beth, did you study your spelling words last night? Yes. Then how come you missed half of them? I kept missing my spelling words. But I can look at two words, and the crepes, the second one is a food, if I'm not mistaken. Is that how you spell crepes? Crepes, crepes Kool-Aid, and the crepes in the cemetery? I can tell by looking at it. Don't spit your drink, Marty. Oh, thank you, Marty. Uh, I got them done just for you guys for Halloween. But anyway, I'm going to go back over here and pay attention to my arms. I'm going to cut two of my arms. I'm almost done. This is fun. Okay. So anyway, his fingers are not going to be. They're going to be kind of like hot dogs or something. They're not going to be too bony. And I'm going to move that paper clip down here so I can get around this fancy smancy cutting stuff. So yeah. Um, anyway, the design of these are made up, homemade designs. Yep, they are. Homemade. I'm going to make this down to here. It's a little fiddly, but I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Almost done. Got the I got that one done. Come on now. You can do it. You can do it. Yes, you can. You all can do it. There we go. Like that. And we got the little digits to do. Like that. And like that. I know, Joyce, that's me. That's how I would do it. I'm very phonic. Um, and I'm smart. There's no question about it. I mean, I've I've had 3 years of college. I know I didn't graduate in anything in particular, but I would have qualified for an associate degree easily in liberal arts. And I don't know why I didn't go ahead and get something. I should have talked to a counselor and when I was in college, but never did. But I wouldn't trade my education away for nothing in the world. Nobody can take that away from you. You learn from your education, and I did learn, and and but I was in the medical field, and I stayed in the medical field until I retired, uh, and I think that's where I was supposed to be in the medical field. I think that was the thing. So anyway, I don't know if I'm going to need all 12 of those, but we're going to see. So let's get my hole puncher, and I want my little hole puncher. So I'll get this one out. This one's got a little punch on it because of the brads are little. So I just have to, I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to punch a hole in his shoulders. But my spelling's terrible, terrible spelling. But the one thing I wanted to know was if, because my mom would say, look it up. If I knew how to spell it, I, I wouldn't have to look it up. So I learned by looking at words and figuring out which one was the right word. So that's how that come about. So this is the way the arms are going to go. So let's get his shoulders on. Oh, I have to cut out. I have to cut these middle things out first, and I'm going to try my X-Acto knife. I think I can get in there with my X-Acto knife to make a little starter anyway. And do that. And this one's going to be thin. And the pad of paper that I have here underneath here is thick. It's got several papers underneath. So I've got that one. Get that skinny one done. And see what we can do with that. Yay. So let's see. I'm going to go this way. It really doesn't take too much to do it this way. We're doing ribs. Making the ribs. So this one's going to be a skinny one. Ta-da! Very nice. And I'm being very careful with my knife. And it's working out very nicely. Very nicely. And the pencil again is going to go down to the back, so you won't be able to see the pencils. I put the eyes on the wrong side. Well, maybe I can salvage the eyes. If I can't, I've got more stickers. But we had to have him looking over us. So let's get these over here. Okay. There and there. This is the hardest part. But look, it's coming along. His ribs are uh his ribs are hollowing out. So let's see here. Don't give up. Not finished. Okay. And then we got his pelvis. It doesn't really look like his pelvis, but it's going to be a pretend pelvis. And they're not exactly the same, but he had surgery on his left hip, so it's smaller than the right hip. Yeah, he had surgery. That's what it is. So there is his hips, and I got 3 more ribs. Hang on. Two more ribs. I'm watching my fingers. Very, very much. I'm watching. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. So I think that's the way it's going to be. So let me punch some holes for his legs. And his arms. I don't know how I'm going to do his arms. Let me think about it. But I can go ahead and put his legs on. So here's his feet. So we're going to put He's going to have a pin in his knee, in his legs. He had surgery, and he had to have pins put in. There's one. Nope, I did it backwards. Let's do this way. Oh, fiddly. It's a little bit fiddly, I tell you. And then this one goes over here. Come on. Here we go. Them bones, them jones, them dry bones. And I think I'm going to cut his head off. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. I think his chin's a little bit too chinny. He's a little bit too much of a too much chin. So he's going to have a hole here. He's going to have and then he's going to have a hole here. And then he's going to have his brad here and here. We're creating. He's going to be pigeon-toed? You think he's going to be pigeon-toed? He's kind of got little bowled out knees or something. We can make him movable if we need to. So this is going to be the good side. I know what is that. Okay. So I'm going to have to get 2 more sets of eyes. I'm just going to get these. Jeepers creepers. Where'd you get those peepers? That's good. And we're going to make him a new mouth. He's got a triangle nose. And he's got a smile. Like that. Now I've got to put his arms on here. Let me see where I'm going to put him at. I'm going to put him there. I think I will. I didn't make him a shoulder blade. Forgive me, Mr. Bones. But you've got to have some holes. I'll have to work. It'll have to work too. I might have to put a Band-Aid on it. I could do that. I'm going to put a Band-Aid on it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build this. We've got to put a metal, we got to get a metal plate to put in there. That's what we're going to do. My glue. We got to get him some parts. Some parts, I tell you. Now I need another little piece. Using my scraps. Yeah, he had to have surgery on his nails. He had osteoporosis, and he had just his bones were so soft growing up, and as he aged, he had to have a lot of bone surgeries. Mhm. Yeah, that's what he did. He did. But he lived to be a ripe old age. That's if it weren't for the doctors today, he wouldn't have lasted as long as he did. So that's where his joints are going to be having surgery at. So we'll fix those up there like that. So I'm going to put this arm over here and this arm over there. They're going to be like that and like that. I'm almost done. Well, with him anyway. Mr. Bones. We're talking about Mr. Bones. He was a happy guy. He was a happy feller. So I need 2 more brads. Go in there. In there. And another one over here. Now, I'm going to put, let's see, I'm going to put these brads back up. I could put more brads, but I think we've done enough bradding. I'm done bradding around here. I'm going to put these little guys back up. We we've done it. We've done our Brad. That's all the surgery he gets. So I can clean up this little bit here. And we can put a key on him. A skeleton key. Oh my gosh, guys. Can you believe I just now got the joke. The skeleton key. Let's see if I've got one. I've got some keys back here. I've got watches. Kind of like to have one like that, but with it flat. Yeah, we got a skeleton key in here. There's a blank one. You can still buy some skeleton keys. There's one there. We'll use that one. Okay. Okay, Mr. Bones, you got the key. You got the key to the garden door. So make good use of your time when you're in the garden. So let's put that over there. And let me get another piece of black paper. Right here. I love my black paper. He's gonna be big, but he's gonna fit on the page. We will fit him on the page. Might have to put his elbows into the side a little bit, but we'll get him. So what I want to do is probably just his body. I probably just need this little piece is all I need. Let's try it here. Probably just this much. We'll see. We might not need that part. I think we only need this part. That's all we need. Just like a kindergarten, to cut out what you need in the middle of the paper when I should have gone to the corners. Oh well. Sometimes we just got to do what we got to do. So this is going to go on his back of his ribs like that. So we're going to glue this part down. Like that. Like that. I'm just making it up as I go, really, you guys. So there's his ribs. And the reason why I wanted them on a little piece of paper is this little piece of paper is going to be glued down to the paper in the book, and his arms will be free to move. And I can't get that one to move. Let's try this way. There we go. All right. He's got to tuck his elbows in to get on the page. So I'm just going to glue this part down onto the book. I may not have really needed this piece of paper. I could have glued his ribs down. But I just felt like it needed a little more base of the base. I need to work on his moon some more, but if he tilts his head over there and move his arm down a little bit, I can work on the moon. Let's get let's try an ink tints pencil. I wonder if wait. I wanted to use these pencils tonight. These paint sticks, tempera paint sticks, and I want the yellow one. Let's try the yellow one. This one. There's two. Let's get them both out. So, come on. Get in there. And we're just going to see if it'll do anything. And it will. So that's okay. So I'm going to, this one looks like it's probably more dense. And then this one looks like, I bet you it's more opaque, see-through-ish. We're just going to put it on there too. And it should dry. It should dry. So that's nice. We used those. Put those out of there, out of the way. And I'm going to, I think I'm going to go ahead and put another, a ghost. I'm going to use a ghost. I saw a little ghost over here earlier. Oh, and a pumpkin. We can put a pumpkin on there. That's what we've been doing. Pumpkins and ghosts. There he is. Is he? Yeah, he's a ghost. I can put him in. Does he want to come in that direction? I don't see why not. They don't care which way they fly, do they? Hi, Teresa. Okay, Teresa, when are you leaving? In the morning, okay. Teresa, you be sure and message me when you can about Dawn. Okay. Sorry. Dog alert. Dog alert. It's Joe. So I'm going to leave that little bit of black on there. That's going to be fine. He's going to be looking at him coming down. He's coming down. And then I get to pick a pumpkin. Let's get this pumpkin. Let's get the big one. Hi, honey.
All right.
We're going to use
Did you get a pumpkin?
No, we're cutting this one out.
Oh, what was I going to say? We can cut that one out if you want, or is it too early?
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Well, it's the same size as that. The Glober
What globe?
right there.
What globe?
Okay.
Oh, that's that globe. Mm.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I don't have room for him right now in here. We can sit him on the porch, I guess.
What's wrong with his neck? Has he got something wrong with his neck?
He's looking over here, so that's the moon. He's looking that way at the moon.
Oh, I see.
He's just the moon's wet, so he didn't want to get his head in it.
Uh, what?
There's that dog.
Huh?
What's she sneezing about?
I don't know. She followed me. Oh, to the. I don't know, a little bit over on the side of Rick's house, and I walked on down to Bob and Linda.
What are you talking about?
Bob and Linda was walking their dog.
Oh, okay.
I just walked down. We were talking,
Okay.
and that pond down there, it's deep.
Oh, it is. It's over your head.
I told Bob what that guy said.
You can talk about it after a while.
What?
I'm trimming the pumpkin out. Just a minute. I'm almost there. Got it. So he's going to go down here. Because he can kick it. He can kick the pumpkin if he wants to. He might. He might kick the pumpkin just for fun. It's probably a game that they play in the cemetery.
I say Margaret Seavey. Seavey?
Marty.
Martin Seavey. Okay.
So here's his pumpkin.
Teresa.
Here's that. He's down. And I'm just going to check. This is almost dry.
Angela Adele O.V. Veal. Hey, she's a helper.
Yeah, buddy.
She's a helper. A nurse Goldie.
So,
Teresa. Kitty Jen.
we're going to
Hello, hello.
put a little spook in him.
Good to see
Spooky,
you.
spooky, spooky.
It's almost a little chilly here. It's really nice.
What's the temperature?
I all I know is it's perfect. The moon is full and it's perfect out there.
Okay. So I'm going to have to fiddle with that in a minute before it gets any better. Okay. My goodness. You know what I want to do now is I want to put some stars. So I'm going to take my white. I'm not going to splatter. It's going to be a controlled stars. A controlled splatter.
Controls.
Yeah, it's going to be a controlled splatter.
She's
Y'all know
not
how
gonna-
to You know how to do a controlled splatter?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, oops, sorry, I hit y'all in the head. You take a paintbrush and you use this end of the paintbrush and you dip it in your paint. if you got any paint in there to dip. And you just do dots, dots, dots. That's how you make stars and, and be in control of them. Putting in between his his bones. Yeah. So he's going to tilt his head to the other side. Oh, look at that. That was way too much. That was totally uncalled for. What'd Brian say?
Oh, you almost got breaking your neck.
You put your right hip in. He's singing. He's singing. You put your head in. You put your head out.
Don't let her adjust your head and it'll roll off.
So anyway, I'm going to put some bigger ones on there. And that's how you put the stars on there. So I'm going to try to take this one and make a night star.
I kiss you all thunder, ain't you?
So that's good. I like that. I like it. Okay. Here he is. There he is, guys. What do you think?
Yeah.
I love him.
He told me that he didn't want you adjusting his feet because he couldn't do the splits.
Yes, he can. He can kick high. He's got brads.
Oh,
Look, he can reach his toes.
oh, really?
Yeah, he's reaching his toes right now. So now I do have to put a shooting star in there because I always like to do a shooting star. It's fun. There's a shooting star. Okay, that's it. Let's see. Have I forgotten anything? Oh, I do too. But if I hadn't glued him down, I would have splattered, but too late. So I am 66 degrees. Okay. So I am going to put a little bit of varnish on the napkins because they're fragile. And I'm just going to take a brush and work with the napkin. You have to be real careful with your napkins. They will tear very easily. But I feel like he's got a backing on the back of him, and I know he does. So I'm just going to varnish him down and just do it gently. And that way I don't have to worry about it. And I'm going to do the pumpkin the same way. I love it, guys. I love it. Ooh. He's saying, you can't scare me, Casper. I know where you live, Casper. Oh, his key. I gotta put his key on. So how should I put his key on? The varnish is a covering. It's clear. It dries clear, and it's a gloss, and it's a varnish. So it's not paint. It dries clear. So you put it on top of things, and it makes it shiny on top, and it's a seal. It seals that napkin down, and it is like a glue. It dries like a glue, and it's clear. And a lot of times I do it on the over my entire page. So I've been using it for years. So anyway, I love him. I think it's great. So let me get his key. How should I put his key on? Do we want him to wear it around his neck? Would that be okay? To put it around his neck? I've got to have some thread. I've got orange. Oh, I was afraid that would happen. The bottom of my box came open. We will fix that. I got a couple of boxes that I salvaged, and I need to glue that down. But I was coming over here to look for something black or white. I've got white or orange. Let's do orange. That way, you can see the orange, and you're going to be looking for something on the orange. That's what we'll do. Okay, Janice. Bye, honey. See you soon. So I'm just going to thread my key onto the orange. Come on, Beth. You can do it. I know you can do it. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I don't know how much I need. So I'm just going to cut off a little bit here. And I think I'm going to put a knot in the key at the top of the key so that it doesn't slide around like that. And then we'll hang it around his neck. Shall we? Hang it around his neck. The yellow is dry. So yeah, we can do that. Let's do it like this. Tie another knot, and it'll hang about right there. Give this a clip, a little trim, and then we'll bring the key around to the front of his neck, and that knot will go behind his head. Maybe. It will. It will. So there is his key. Hi, Juju. Mr. Bones is here. I love it. I just love it, I tell you. Can you think of anything else? Okay. So, let me just clean my desk up a little bit. And we got one more little project to do. And let me take his picture. I thought my camera was right there. Where did I put it? Put it somewhere. Don't see it. There it is. It was hiding. Now the paint, I got to put my paint up. Put that paint up. So I'm just going to take his, he could be kicking his heels. I'll just have him standing. Oh yeah. He's cute. He's cute. He's cute. Yep. He's a keeper. Okay, so I'm going to put him over here, let him dry the rest of the way. We can put some of this stuff away. That's fine. Either way, after I get off, I'll eat it after I get off.
I'll get it.
Okay, but I don't want it in here.
Okay, yeah. You want noodles and you want tomato.
Okay, now then. Oh, I forgot to put that key up. Put him back. We got one key. We don't need two. He just needs the key to the back door is all. So the next project I've got was given to me. An idea was given to me by Teresa. She didn't leave, did she? You haven't left yet, have you, Teresa? I'm going to do one of your projects you sent me. So I got this packing paper in something that I received in the mail today. So I'm going to take it and rumble it up into a ball. It won't take long, but I'm going to wad it up into a ball. Oh no, Angie, he's going to fix me some soup, and I usually eat after I get done with you guys. I'll eat and I'll lay down and watch a movie or something on my iPad. So and I've been snacking around and everything, so I'm okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I need some more paper, or I need a magazine paper would be okay. Uh, uh, let's see if I can find something without a dog. I won't be able to use this book. It's got dogs and cats on every page. I don't want that. So let's go with another magazine where I can use some papers out of this book. And I think I'll need at least 2 pages, if not 3. So I'll put that away. And I'm going to make strips. And I can tear them. So, like this. I'm going to make some strips. Just like that. Okay. Heavens to Betsy, what's going on over there? Sit up there. So I'm going to take and do some decoupaging with glue. And I'm just going to open my glue bottle. Like that. And I'm going to get a paintbrush and put it in my glue. And I'm going to glue these papers down. And I'm decoupaging the papers onto the brown paper. Like that. And we'll go this way. And they kind of go around and fit. They fit. Like that. And I'm just holding it with my thumb. So I'll put a piece here and another piece over here. Just putting some glue down, some gluage. This one will come over here. Touch that one. And this one will go over here. It doesn't matter what it looks like. We're going to paint this. We're going to paint it. We just want to cover the brown ball up. That's all we're doing. Covering it up. And this is a quickie gift. It's also something that you can do with kids. And they can glue paper around that ball. You can see the shape of it now. Does it look like anything familiar? Can you tell if it looks like something? That's right, Goldie. It does look like a pumpkin, doesn't it? It's starting to shape up. You can do it anyway. There's no right or wrong. You can stop there or you can continue to go on. And I'm going to paint it. It probably would have looked better if I saved some more of that brown paper, but that's okay. I'm not gonna fuss about it. So I'm gonna get my brush back. I think I've got enough glue on it now. I can put a little bit under some of the wings that I see, because we want it to stay. And stuff. And then I'm going to wipe my brush off and put this back into the water. Get the glue out of it. And then I'm going to get my brush back, and I'm going to use the paint now. So you want it to be kind of glued down, and you can continue to glue around it. if you wanted to. And then we're going to paint it orange. So there's our ball. And I can put the lid back on my glue bottle. Like that. Like that. So I'm done with the glue. I don't think I'm going to need any more of this paper. Unless I do another one. Which I could do. You know me. So now I'm just going to take my orange. And this is watery. This one's a little bit watery. So I'm going to do the first coat with this color, with this orange. It's going to absorb a lot with the paper. And I'm just going to let it absorb. Take my time. Little dab will do you. Paint the paper down. And it'll probably stick. But we're making a pumpkin, in case you haven't figured it out. And it's going to be cute. Teresa sent me the pattern video of it. And I'll tell you what I will do after the show. I'll post that video on my Facebook group so you all can see it. So, yeah. So this will be the first coat. And that would be pretty with some glitter on it, wouldn't it? I've got some glitter glue. That would look good. So, it's right here. It's right here. This one. Put some of this on it. Oh, it's going to be a pretty pumpkin. Huh? Okay, so much for not getting any paint on my fingers. Too late. Didn't work. So this is decoupaging. Paper mache is another word for this project. You can use other products like texture paste to use it on it, or plaster of Paris is another good product to have if you have that in your art room. I do have some plaster of Paris in here, but I'm not going to get it out. I'm just going to go with the paint and the paper and the glue for now. So that's just the first coat, and I'm going to dry him and try to use another orange that I've got over here. This one is a flamingo coral, and it's got a little bit of a pink sunset tint to it. Let me dry a little bit. And we'll put my brush in the water for a few minutes. And the other orange is Harvest Orange. That's what I'm talking about. I got orange all over my hands. Oh well. Let's put some Harvest Orange on there. This one is not as soupy as the other one was. So I'm just going to hit and miss with this. It doesn't have to be all over it. It's got orange on there. So I'm just kind of hitting all the white parts or any of the magazine paper that I see. And it's going to look rustic. It's going to look country. It, it's gonna be cute. It's gonna be cute. So I'm gonna try that. I'll do it again on the bottom in a minute. You can do this with any kind of paper. You don't have to have that brown paper. You can use magazines, newspaper, any kind of paper will work. However you want to make your ball. Okay. Let me get my paintbrush back. And I'm going to do the bottom part now. Here we go. And you put as many coats of paint on it you want. Anything you want work. And if you have any orange fabric, you make your ball like with paper and then do strips of fabric or ribbon on it. You could do ribbon. That would be cute. Netting. I got some netting stuff over there from the Dollar Tree that's that 4-inch netting stuff. Mm-hmm. I got a hole over here. But I don't think it'll hurt anything. So I'm going to let that dry right there. Cover my fingerprints up. Cover up the evidence. And I think I have a baby wipe. Let's see if they're wet. I doubt it. The lid was open. No, they're wet. See if I can clean my hands off a little bit. Um, Thursday. Okay, tomorrow's Friday. Got the day off tomorrow. Saturday, I will be streaming again. And I have no idea what we're going to do yet, but we'll do something fun. And then Sunday, we're going back to Kim's channel, Kim Polton's channel, Sunday morning or Sunday at noon Eastern time. She's going to be having the Sunday Fun Day brunch girls, feral cats, people, women on Sunday at 12 noon Eastern, and it'll be over on Kim's channel. And then we're going to be doing some kind of a project. I have no idea what she's going to pick yet. I've already given my suggestions, but I'm not quite sure she's up for it. And oh, leaf prints on tissue paper would look nice, Teresa. Let's see what we can do if I got time. Got another half hour, so I just wanted to get the orange off my hands a little bit. And then I'll dry this. So let me dry this a little bit. Um, I think tissue paper is a good idea to put on that. I do. You could also use orange duct. I got orange masking tape. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put um, I've got some jute, and I think this would be good enough to use. So I'm going to use some of this, like that. Keep that up there on my desk because I use it all the time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to it's just a little bit wet. Is this going to be the top or the bottom? Doesn't really matter. So I'm going to slide this underneath of my pumpkin. And I'm going to take and tie a knot in this. And I'm going to pull it just a little bit tight to make its ribs. You know, we learned about ribs the other day. And I'm going to have to dry it again because it is still wet. But I'm going to tie a knot in it. And cut that one off. And we'll dry it some more. It's still a little wet. But I'm making the ribs, and I will tie this up and make a ponytail out of it. And then I'll use the masking tape and make the stem. This is definitely a little country bumpkin craft, don't you think? But couldn't you see your kids, if you got any kids or grandkids, lining these up in the windows? Wouldn't that be cute? And then and if they make pumpkins for, and it's just October, they'll still be good all the way through November. So it's like a 2 month decoration. So I'm going to go through here and make another cross. Make another rib. We'll get off there. There. Tie another knot. There. Like that. And then these are going to go together when I get them all finished. They'll go together. So I need some more ribs, at least 2 more. At least 2 more. Let's try it. Oh, I know Teresa can't see very well with her eyes. So she types in caps. We allow Teresa to type in caps. She's not yelling. She just can't see. So I made that in the middle of that one. So let's tie this one. And these little knots are going to have to be somehow pulled around to go into the center. But we'll figure it out in a minute. Then I got to do one more this direction. Like so. And I'm going to tie all these tails up. Don't you worry. They're a little straggly. Teresa, I'll have to look to see if I have your address, a Michigan address. I know that last year we put it in the address file in the group, and then when you came back to town, you put your Alabama back in. So I don't know if I kept it. If it was in the group, I may not have written it down in my address book, but I will try to do that, to make a point of doing that for you, so that if anybody needs it, they can either look in the group, put it in the comment file section, or I can do it for you but I don't know if I have it. But we'll get it. We'll get it somehow. So I'm putting this underneath, and this is going to be my stem. So I'm going to tie a knot to hold it on there like that. And now I'm going to take all of my tails and my ponytails and stick them up. Stick them up. This is a hold up. Hold them up there, boys. And I'm going to hold that up, and I'm going to go around the base of it with one of my tails, which is the other one. There it is. So I'm going to go around and around and around the base. Yeah, that'll be great, Teresa. And because I've got mail that I haven't sent out yet for you. I'm holding your mail. So I'm going to go I'll go the right way, the go to the right with this tail, and now I'm going to go to the left with the opposite tail that I had, and and make that braid up. And I'm going to tie another knot right here. It's up on the tails like that, and you can see how the stem is starting to grow. I got some wetness still going on here, so I'm going to have to dry it some more. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, I saw that, Teresa. Like I said, you can use any kind of products. It doesn't have to be paper. You could use your grocery bags, those extra grocery bags, and stuff. You could use fiber material, make it like a pillow. And so now I'm going to get my glitter out. Oh, I can take also. I've got my orange tape. I probably ought to use brown tape, uh, but I'm just going to tape this up together. But we can add more brown to it, I suppose. I like the jute, uh, but I'm just doing it because I have it. So I'm making the stalk. Green tape would look good, like the garden tape or the garden green stuff. But uh, next, I'm going to do is get my brush, and I'm going to put some of this on it. And I'm not going to really put it on the jute string, just in between. And this will dry clear, but it has its tint of orange glitter in it. It's a goldy orange. So and hopefully it'll glue down a little bit of those openings that I've got going on down there. So you can see the wet will be shiny when it dries. I love it. Love it. Absolutely love it. And I'm not really going all the way down to the bottom because that's where my thumb is. You don't have to because it's going to be sitting on the table. So it doesn't matter how good it is on the bottom. But I want it in between those jute strings, highlighted. Well, Teresa, You load your car up, you're taking your car. But now think about this, Teresa. If anything happens on the way and you have to stop and leave your car and catch a bus, you're going to leave all those, can't leave all that stuff in the car or it'll get stolen. Just saying. I wouldn't take any more than one suitcase. But make sure I'm sure you've been working on your car. You've got a minivan. Okay. Okay. Well, you got the room then. Fill her up. Now this has got like a little hole in here, but I'm not going to worry about it. It's going to be still a pumpkin. That'll be all right. We can fill it full of glue. Yeah, I think that sounds good, Teresa. Did you ever tell them you were coming, Teresa? No, it's still a surprise. It's going to be a surprise. So I'm filling the holes up. If there's any holes, I'm filling them up with the glue. Well, Teresa, if you got your phone, have your phone in your hand and take some pictures. And they'll be so happy to see you and selfies. Take some selfies. You won't regret that. Okay, so there's my pumpkin. I love it. I love it. I got a hole right there, but I filled it full of glitter glue. That's all I can do. So I'm going to put this back in the water. And I'm going to go over here and look in my Halloween bucket. I've got a Halloween bucket over here. Let me pass old Mr. Jones. Mr. Bones is going to pass through. He's just passing through. Over here to dry some more. He'll probably dry. And then I've got this bag. I've got a bag of stuff. There's a skeleton over there, I think. And I'm going to look in here for some. That would be cute. And I'm going to make some leaves. Yeah. This would look pretty on the stalk. That would be pretty for the stalk. And I think I'm going to let it make some maple leaves out of these scrap papers. I could also use real leaves. Not real leaves, but real make-believe leaves. Crafting leaves. Let's see what these are. I could use that. I could make a base. I could sit it on that. Here's a green one. If I make a little thingy, I could put some leaves underneath like that, and it can sit on that. I need one on the other side. Going to have to be a trio, so I will glue these together like that. Put a leaf there and a leaf there. Okay, so I'm going to turn my hot glue gun back on. Let it warm up a minute. I love having my hot glue gun right there. It's going to be great. Great. Now I could use that one or this. Nope, I'm going to use that one. I already know. I can tell. These were just leftovers from last year's creations. So they'll go back in there. And then I'm going to use a strip of this for the stalk. And this is kind of like mulberry paper. It's real textury. And I'm going to do something like this. And I'll glue them together. Like that. Like that. And then I'm going to twist it. Make it look like a vine. And I will glue it onto my pumpkin. Like that. So I'm just going to turn this around the stalk. And then when I get up here to the top, I can still twist it and maybe put a little bit of glue there, a dot, and twist it. So that's part. I'm going to do it again with this piece. So I'm just twisting this paper, and it's like brown paper, but it looks like mulberry paper. It's like it feels like a brown piece of paper. So I am going to put that over there a second, and I'm going to glue this together. This is going to be the base. So they've got little tails here. We'll put that on there. And again, for this one, so that they kind of overlap in the middle. And for reinforcement, I'm just going to lift it up and touch the back a little bit and let the back touch and touch like that. Okay, and then I've got 2 more leaves. So I'm going to put one there. And one over there. And then I'm going to put a dollop in the middle. And I'm going to put this pumpkin in the middle of that. So, there we have it. So I've got one more twisty do-do. And I'm going to see what I've got here. It's needs help. It needs help. So I'm going to glue these two together and see if I can't poke them down in there or just wrap it around there. Put a little bit of glue there and it's going to go right on here. And that's great. I'm going the opposite direction. Oh dear. But I'm going upwards. Upwards until we get this covered like that. Go up and over and back down. So it'll look like a stem. It will. So now I can't touch it. I gotta leave it. It's wet. The glitter glue is wet and the paper is soft. So it would easily tear a hole if I were to touch it anywhere. So I'm going to leave it like that. And it's got on a base. And get that glued down. So that's his. That's the twist it and turn that a little bit, make it look real. So it's very wet. So I gotta let it dry. It's very wet. And there's our little pumpkin. A little pumpkin decoration. We could set this by the door, on the desk, over on the kitchen table. So, how many of y'all are going to try making a paper ball pumpkin? You can use thread. You can use yarn. Anything that you have will work. Whatever you have in your stash will work. So now let me put some of this away. Put that back up there. And I did everything I was supposed to do tonight. I did. Threw my thing away. I can turn my heat glue gun off. And it can sit right there. Won't hurt a thing. It came with this little tip And I'm thinking it's a thin. I don't know if it's any thinner than that. It's a this is real a narrow tip, which is what I wanted, which is why I got it. But it came with this tip. Maybe it was just to protect that tip. Not sure what this is for. So it'll go in my button jar where I put odds and end things. hmm So I think I need another handy wipe. I've had fun tonight. Have you? Oh, I was going to do some more leaves. I got I got 8 minutes. Let's see if I can get some of that off. So, did I get it? I keep finding more spots. It's really neat, and you might as well give it a try. Goldie, you got any kids around in your area? You got any kids or nieces, nephews that would like to try it? So, does that look like any leaves? No, it's terrible leaves. Okay, let's try that. It doesn't look like a pretty leaf either. But anyway, uh, I was going to try to make some leaves to put on here. There. Add some leaves to it. Just never know. So, all right. That's it. That's the last thing I'm going to do. Clean my desk off a little bit. So I just need to take this off. That's what I need to do. Take it off. So, guys, I will see you Saturday, if not before. You guys have a good evening and make some art. Post post it. Make it. Enjoy it. Have fun with it. And with that, my desk is fairly cleaned off. I'll get another cover for it. So I'll be seeing you guys in the chat room somewhere. You all have a good evening. Good night.